it's so great to see you. Welcome back to the show.
I'm so happy to be here. How are you?
I'm doing great. I haven't. I'm excited to talk about this, by the way. But first, I want to ask you. The last time we spoke,
yes,
was right as you were ending your late night show.
That's right. We were about to move back to London. We were about
the whole
to
family
finish
moved
it all. So we've done that, and we've done it. We're back in London now.
Yeah, and then how? Wait, let me just do this quick.
Oh, thanks.
See?
Thanks, man.
See what I do?
I appreciate it.
Come on, buddy. That's it.
He wouldn't have done that if I still had a show.
I know when to fix someone's collar, and I know when to not.
Collar.
Yeah. What can you tell me? What's life like on the other side?
Oh man, it's overwhelming. It's an up at dawn, pride swallowing siege, but it's no, it's great.
Kids,
I mean,
we've
just really been. I haven't been doing anything. I've not been doing anything. We've really just been really trying to make it to make the landing as easy as we could for the kids.
Is there anything you miss at all?
Oh, I miss being in a gang. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing which no one really understands with these shows, is you're just in a gang and you form this little sort of found family, and I miss that greatly. I miss, you know, putting on a show every day it's such a privilege. Do you know what I mean? I think for you and I, you never ever take that for granted. So I miss that. I miss... the thing I miss more than anything, which I didn't realise at the time and I only realise now, is you have got a ready-made, built-in excuse to get out of anything you don't want to do. No, seriously, because you just say to people, I can't, I've got a show. They go, oh, you know, we've got a, we've got a christening, or, I wish, but... I've got this show, and everyone believes you. Everyone goes, well, he does have a show. And without that excuse, when you don't have that excuse, you realise you end up in places that you just... It was inconceivable to me that I would end up in my life like
where?
Like you end up at well, I tell you when I really, probably the darkest moment. No, I'm serious. The darkest moment since leaving the show. When was the last time you went to a water park? No, serious, genuine question. When was the last time you went to a water park?
I don't know. I can't even think.
Yeah, so I haven't been to a water park since I was like 12 years old.
Yeah.
So my memory of the water park was that this is an amazing thing to do. That this is a great place, full of fun.
Yes.
That is not true, Jimmy. When was the last time anyone was here? It's like, the only way I can describe it, if you haven't been in 20 or 30 years, is it's like you're at Disney World, right? But everyone's in their underwear. So just imagine that for a minute. You know what it's like when you're at Disney World? Or now imagine everyone is in their underwear. Yeah. And everyone's peeing all the time.
Yeah,
you know they're peeing.
Yes.
Everyone knows they're peeing. People are having conversations, just peeing.
Wow, no.
Everyone's peeing. It's like, and because I am, let's be generous, a larger man, right? No, I am. Stop. You didn't. So, no, when you're a bigger man, you've got a real choice to make at the water park, which is, do I just go trunks and let it all hang out, right? Yeah. Or... I chose to do what I think a lot of fat men do, which is go with, like, the sort of rash vest, you know what I mean?
Like a rash guard?
Like the rash guard, long-sleeved shirt.
Yeah, because you're afraid of getting...
Because you're like, it's because of the UV rays. I don't want to...
You don't want to get a sunburn.
I don't want to get take it very seriously. I don't want to end up in that, so I'm going to wear the rash guard. No, it's good for, like... The first 7 minutes, you're at the water park, but then it just clings to your entire body, where it's like you've been vacuum packed. You're like a sort of sausage that's been rolled into this thing, and it's like... Everywhere you are, just... You're pulling it away from yourself, and it's stuck. Every lump, every bump is showing. You're disgusted in yourself. You can't move. And then you think, and now I'm going to throw myself down a tube where you're like... you're coming out like this, and you're like, stuff's everywhere. And then, like, if you're asking me, was there a moment where I missed the show? It was standing in this, you know, tight thing, covered in water. Everyone's peeing. I'm holding a half-eaten hot dog of my daughter's.
Yeah.
And a man walks past and goes, "Aren't you the guy that used to sing in the car with people?" And I was like,
Yeah. It me. That's funny.
Sorry, it's actually made me go to quite a dark place.
Yeah.
Thinking about it.
How are the kids enjoying London? Because that was the main reason you did.
Oh yeah, that's been the main. It's good. It's been, if I'm honest, it's been harder than, or more overwhelming perhaps than we thought it was going to be as a family. It's just been, you know, new schools and all those things, and you're only as happy as your least happy child. That's just the truth of it. And
That's
so
correct, yeah.
it's been, and my son is 12, and my middle daughter, she's 9, and our youngest daughter, Charlotte, she's 6, and she is American. She's an American, and we treat her as such.
You shouldn't do that.
No, like Thanksgiving, we just put her in a cupboard. You know what I mean? With like, and go, you make your own
here's a microwave
You
food.
put marshmallows on whatever food you want today.
We do.
But she's 6, and she, out of all 3 of them, has held on to her American accent. But her accent is like she's like Samantha on Sex and the City. She's like, oh. So the other day I went in to wake her up, and I said, Shah, you know, just come on, let's get up for school. And I opened the curtains, and it's pouring with rain. And she went like this, she went, oh my God. She went, when are we going home? And I said, well, we're at home, darling. We are home. She went, you know what I mean. When are we going back to Los Angeles?
Yeah.
But there, you know, my other daughter, Kerry, she's having some sort of some health issues. So we've been making a few hospital visits with her. And so we were with her at the hospital, and she turned to me and she went, Daddy, nobody's smiling here. And I said, well, no, we're at a hospital, Kerry. No, people don't really smile very often when you're at the hospital. She went, but at the hospitals in Los Angeles, everybody's smiling all the time. And I was like, they are very highly medicated people. That's a fundamental.
They're Botox too.
A lot of them can't move their faces, darling. That's what it is.
That's what it looks like.
But they're good. Everyone's, you know, we're good. We're getting there.
Give the best.
Yeah.
I love your family. I want to talk to you about this. This Life of Mine on Sirius XM. This is it's an interview, one-on-one interview, long form, but it feels very private. It feels like.
Yeah, it's an idea that I've had for quite a long time, actually, and it's a show where each week the guests they'll choose a place, a person, a possession, a piece of music and a memory which is significant to their life, and then we'll talk about their life with these being the sort of chapters and the tentpoles that hold it together, really. And I really wanted it to be, so when we do the show, we film the show, there's no one else in the room, it's just the 2 of us, and they're all about sort of 50 minutes to an hour long, and I realised that really people become more animated, or they open up more. Everybody opens up more when you're talking about something that you love, or something that, so if you start talking about a favourite song, or you hear a favourite song on the radio, you're immediately transported back to why it's important to you and why it's significant. And so what I've really loved is talking to people about their lives through the stuff and the people that they love. And we've got some really great guests on the show. We have,
who do you have on?
Jeremy Renner. The first sort of 10 is Jeremy Renner, Odell Beckham Jr., Kim Kardashian, Martin Scorsese, Tom Ford, David Beckham,
wow.
Dr. Dre,
oh my God,
Harry Washington, Julianne Moore, Edward Norton. Yeah, it's been really great, and people are really they're really enjoying. I think people are enjoying the sort of it should. My hope is that the show will feel like a real warm hug, you know, to do it. That's what that's what I really want Questlove to do it. If he wants to, you going to come on? Quest, you going to come on? I just want to talk to you about your favourite song.
Let's do it right now.
Yeah. I want you to do it.
Yeah.
I want you to do it, but I know that you won't. You won't do it. You know why you won't do it? Because you've got an excuse. You've got a show.
I've just got a show, yeah.
I'd love to. I can't. I've got a show.
I want to show a clip. Here's James Corden and Jeremy Renner in the premiere episode of This Life of Mine. Take a look at this.
Recovery was like a one-way road. I wasn't going to come back from death, which I thought was glorious, by the way.
Tell me more about that. What do you mean?
I started getting 18 beats per minute, and that's you kind of fade, you know. Yeah. I don't know if it's fading into consciousness or just fading out of like heart stoppage. And
what do you remember about that time?
That everything, all life was grand. All life just got better. It's an energetic thing. There's no time, place, or space, or color, or anything. It's just a known piece.
Wow, that's fascinating. James Corden, everybody. This Life of Mine premieres Thursday on Sirius XM. Good to see you, buddy. Best of the fam. Rob Gronkowski joins us after the break. Stick around, everybody. Come on back.